Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. Remember to always come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. Get your heart rate up a little bit, get your muscles warmed up, be ready to move. Okay, so we're going to use a bench today. If you don't have a bench in your home, you can use the edge of your bed, you can use a coffee table. There's lots of different ways you can do this. And we're going to do a one-arm row. So grab one dumbbell that's a little bit heavier. If you don't have one, you can grab a gallon jug of water or a kettlebell or something like that, but we're just going to use one dumbbell. So we're going to kneel on the bench and put that same hand on the bench as well. So we have a nice flat back, a nice firm abdomen to start, and we're going to drop the weight off on one side of the bench. Now, I want a nice flat back, and you're going to think about driving your elbow towards the ceiling. So we're going to one arm row, keeping your head in good alignment with the rest of your spine. Nice and slow on the way back down there. And also, we want to come here to neutral. I don't want to drop it down here. So we're going to keep it at neutral here. 4, 5, 6, breathing. 7, 8, really just drive that elbow towards the ceiling, and 10. Good. So then you can just drop it off. I'm going to turn around here. So the same side, knee and hand on the same bench. So you have a nice flat back, tummy tight. Drop that weight off the side, and nice and slowly both directions. Control that gravity. Don't let gravity pull it down. Control that weight. Keep breathing all the way through. Remember to keep your head in alignment here. So we don't want to be looking up here, and conversely, we don't want to be looking down here. So keeping your head straight with the rest of your spine, keeping that cervical spine in line. Breathe. 9 and 10. Good. All right, I'm going to drop that weight there on the side. We're going to use the bench again. So again, if you don't have a bench, you can use a chair for this. Like a kitchen chair works great for this. We're going to do a sit-to-stand. However, I don't want you to sit all the way. So I want you to start, we're going to stand up. I'm going to raise that camera just a bit. We're going to stand up and then not quite sit back down. So I want you to stand, lower down. You're going to need to use your hands kind of as a counterweight. And then once you maybe start to feel that chair on the back of your thighs, stand back up. So you're not going to sit down. You're really going to control using those quads. You can stagger your feet here a little bit if you need to, one way or the other. If you have any knee pain with this, nice and slowly, just when you start to feel it, stand back up. 6. And you can scoot back forward a little bit, but I want you to feel comfortable enough that if you can't control it and you end up sitting down, you're sitting on the bench. You're not going to be falling off the front of it. Nice and slow, stand back up. 3 more. Putting your arms forward kind of gives you a counterbalance. But you also want to keep your chest and your head high. And 10. Okay, now we're going to use this bench one more time. So have a seat. Also, you can use kitchen chair for this, up on the edge of that chair. We're going to do double knee lifts seated on the edge of a chair or a bench. You can also use your coffee table for this. This works great. So what I want you to do is we're going to kind of sit right up on the edge of the bench. Put your hands underneath your thighs with your palms facing down. And then we're going to lift your feet up off the ground, lifting your knees towards your chest. Now, when you do that, I want you to think about crunching toward your knees, not rocking back, because it's much easier to rock back and use momentum. I want you to use your core here. This is more challenging than it seems. Breathe. Slowly lift and lower those knees. Now, if you find yourself kind of pushing off with one, that's okay. See if you can push off with the other. Your goal is to lift them both at the same time. 2 more, 9 and 10. All right, good. Those are a really big challenge for your core. Something that doesn't seem very difficult, but obviously can be. Okay, I'm gonna get my bench out of my way here. And we're going to grab a band. So I've got a TheraBand here ready to go. I'm going to do reverse flies. So I want you to hold that band right out in front, and we're going to squeeze back. So I've got my arms straight, and I'm just squeezing straight back, squeezing my shoulder blades together as I pull back. Now we can do a balance challenge with this if you'd like. You could try a tandem stance or a single leg stance. Find something that's a little bit challenging for you, but not so much that that's all you're focusing on. I do want you to be able to focus on those shoulder blades here. Importantly, keep your shoulders down, and you're just pulling straight across your chest here. You can make this easier by giving yourself a little more slack, or a little more difficult by tightening up that hold on the band. Let's do 2 more. 9 and 10. Good. All right, now we're going to do some tightrope walking. We've done this in the past. So you could grab a little ball or a little weight, nothing too heavy. I just have like a little playground ball here. So what I want you to do is find a line, either an imaginary one in the room that you're in, or you could go to tile or hardwood floor and walk along, pick one line and try to follow it. I want you to go heel toe to begin with, just nice and slowly, as if you're on a balance beam or a tightrope. Really narrowed stance walking. Now, if that feels okay, hold that ball out in front of you and focus your attention down the line this way. Don't look straight down at your feet. Try to focus your attention down the line on your tightrope, way in front of you. Now, if that's feeling okay and not very challenging, and if you know that you want to add some to this, just start with it in the beginning. We're going to take that ball and twist toward the side that you take a step with. So I'm moving my eyes, I'm turning my whole body, turning my torso towards the side that I take a step with. Nice and slowly, challenging that proprioception, challenging your balance, getting a little bit of oblique action here, holding that ball. If you've chosen to hold a little bit of a weight, you're also getting a little bit of shoulder strength going here. 2 more here. So you can time this. You could do it for about a minute, or if you've got a nice long hallway, you could walk up and down. It doesn't have to be a specific time or a specific way to do it. It's just a way to kind of keep track and challenge yourself through a certain amount of time. All right, the last one we're going to do are ball slams. So I have this big medicine ball here, and it weighs, I don't know, probably 8 pounds or so. If you have a medicine ball, great, you can use it here. You could use a pillow, you know, maybe a little bit of a heavier pillow, like if you have a down pillow. You could use, you could just use a ball, but it's going to come back pretty hard here. If you don't have a medicine ball similar to this, then grab a pillow to do this. Okay, so what I want you to do is we're going to lift it up overhead and then slam it down to the ground. So I want you to be up on your tiptoes, and you're like an uncoiled spring here, springing into action. 3. If you have a pillow, then you just have to squat down and pick it up each time. You could use a balance disc. It might bounce all over your room. 5 more. 7. 8. But yeah, a pillow would work great for this. 9 and 10. Okay, like I said, if you don't have a medicine ball, be creative. Maybe you can leave a message. Maybe a sandbag, if you have a small sandbag. Maybe do it outside though so you don't break anything. But have fun with it. Go through these 1 or 2 more times. Mix it up with some cardio in between and follow with stretching. All right, thank you everybody. As always, let me know if you have any questions and we'll see you next time. Thank you.